Hi, neighbor.
Welcome back to our show. My name is Elena Jones.
And I'm Ryan Perot, and we're so excited to bring you another fantastic episode. Starting off this week's episode, our co-host, Leanne Dunman, sat down with Jeff Marcin, one of our very own from the AppTV radio station, 90.5 WASU FM. For this week in studio, we will be sitting down with a former CNN correspondent and our newest professor in the communications department, Chris Moody.
Finally, we talk about the breaking news happening on campus with student government.
And with that said,
Hi, neighbor.
Hello everyone, I'm here with Jeff Marcin, the sports director here at WASU, and he made the call for the game against Troy last week for the Appalachian football team. So what were your thoughts on that game?
Well, we underperformed. That's pretty clear. We played down to our competition. We were 2 touchdown favorites in the game and only ended up winning by 4 points on a miracle finish. But, you know, we were in a bad spot. I think going into that game, there's a lot of hype around the program with, you know, College Game Day being there. We just came off the big win. You know, it's easy to get distracted as the team. And I think a little bit of that kind of poured into the game on Saturday, but it was great to pull out the miracle at the end with the Hail Mary.
Speaking of that miracle at the end, so you've become sort of a local celebrity in a sense from your last call. So what was like going through your mind whenever you made that call for that final play?
Yeah, man. I didn't think it had any chance at the start. If you listen back to it, I pretty much sound depressed as the ball's being thrown. I'd say it's not going to get there, and then all of a sudden it gets tipped, it gets caught, and like that instant switch just turned on. I had no faith that something that crazy was going to happen, but yeah, going through my mind, I said I was going to say holy something, and I couldn't say holy, you know, a couple 4-letter words, so I said Holy Mother Meatballs at the end, and, you know, I think a lot of the underrated parts are my voice cracks there as well, but yeah, it was really just a big rush of adrenaline.
So going forward in this football season, do you see App State keeping this crazy run alive, or do you think we're going to get kind of slowed down in the coming weeks?
Well, I prefer that some games are a little bit easier, but like in years past. But I don't think that'll be the case with James Madison this week. We have 2 FCS opponents in the middle of this season, which I think is going to help our team a lot. But as far as crazy games go, we still have Old Dominion at home. We still have Georgia State at home. And then we still have Marshall and Coastal Carolina on the road. So unfortunately, the Sun Belt is pretty good this year. So we're gonna have to work a little harder. I don't think it's gonna be smooth sailing like it has been in years past.
Okay, so speaking of the Sun Belt, a lot of people have talked about App State maybe making a move to a different conference in the coming years. Is that something you see as possible, or do you think we're just gonna stay put?
I think we should stick where we are because, you know, we've made it our goal to use regional rivalries as a way to, you know, make our conference better. And I think that we've done that. We're content where we are with, you know, Marshall joining helped a lot. Coastal Carolina being more of a brand has helped out a lot as well. Georgia State, Georgia Southern pull their weight as well. And James Madison coming in has been a great addition. So it's great not only for the competition, but we have that regional rivalry aspect, as I mentioned, which, you know, drives more fans of the programs to all these games, and it certainly makes every conference game a lot more interesting.
All right, well, thank you so much for talking to us today, and we look forward to some more great calls at the games in the future.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
Don't touch that remote. We'll be right back after these messages as we check out the job fair alongside Abe Long, our fellow AppTV member.
Hi, my name is Melissa Weddle, and I'm Department Chair of Recreation Management and Physical Education at Appalachian State University. We offer 2 degree-granting programs, one in Recreation Management with a focus in Outdoor Experiential Education, Recreation and Park Management, and Commercial Recreation and Tourism. Our second degree-granting program in Health, Physical Education, and Coaching offers teacher certification for public schools in health and physical education. You can get a minor or certificate in coaching. We are the front porch to the Beaver College of Health Science, where our
As I speak to incoming students, I get to see the excitement they have for this next phase of their lives. For some, they are the first in their families to go to college, and others are continuing a legacy of pursuing higher education. We know the journey through college is not always easy. Research tells us that obtaining a college education can be even more challenging for our students from underrepresented backgrounds. Appalachian Advocates is an opportunity to work with a cohort of faculty and staff who are willing to help foster a welcoming campus culture. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, I'm Abe Long with AppTV, and today we're at the Internship and Job Fair at the Holmes Convocation Center here at App State. This is a great opportunity for students to come out and meet with potential employers about internships this upcoming summer, or for seniors looking for jobs. Let's get started and walk around and see who we can meet. Hi, I'm here today with
Jennifer Schaefer.
And we're at the Internship and Job Fair. Why is this important for students to come out to?
So it's a great opportunity for students to meet with employers, research industries that they might be interested in working in, do some networking, and of course find a job or an internship.
Absolutely. Do you have any advice to students coming here? Like, what should they prepare? Like, what should they do to make themselves stand out?
Sure. So one of the things you want to do is prepare an elevator pitch. So that's a 30-second pitch on what is unique about you. What skills do you offer? What experience do you have? And how would you be beneficial to the organization that you're interviewing with or that you want to get a job with?
I'm here today with
Phoenix Tyson.
Robert Toole.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Meg.
What are you looking forward to gaining from this experience?
Well, I figured that it would be really helpful to just get a look around and see all, because I am an electronic media and broadcasting major. So what's really important to me is finding people that I can connect with and network with, because at least in my field, I know that connections are almost everything. And of course, finding a job is really helpful.
What I hope to gain is just to see what is available to me as a student, as somebody who is graduating soon, have an opportunity to talk to potential employers, get my resume out there, get my name out there. Great opportunity for anybody who might not know exactly what they're looking for quite yet. You're not going to have a better chance to talk to people, employees, employers. Just a great opportunity all around.
I'm looking for an internship for the spring. It's required for my major, and I'm also just looking for like career options and looking to talk to employers.
Yeah, and I think that, it's easy to come out here expecting to find something along the lines of our major, but there's so many opportunities that we're not even aware of. So it's a great place to just explore all the different fields.
I'm here with
Jason Dethridge, the Patron Services Manager of the Appalachian Theater.
So what all does the Appalachian Theater offer to the community? What type of events do you hold?
What do we offer? Everything arts and entertainment, performing arts. The App Theater is a renovated Art Deco building. It's historic to Boone, and it's been reinvigorated as a multi-performing arts venue. So everything from concerts, theater, dance, classic movies, documentaries, and film, we've got it all. And so we're looking for folks that are interested in working and learning about arts and entertainment, whether they're stage techs or customer service with front of house teams, concessions and sales. We're looking for all of those kind of folks.
Fantastic. So you have those positions. What do you look for in a student that comes up to you and says, hey, I want a job?
We're looking for people that are eager for arts and entertainment, but we're looking for detailed and focus-minded individuals that are looking to engage with the public, that are help to promote our brand, but are excited to promote arts and entertainment here in the high country, here in Boone. And so up until now, a lot of students haven't been able to have that access to a venue like the Appalachian Theater until now. And so now you can get that experience right here in Boone, right on King Street.
I'm here with
Tim Bender with Edifice General Contractors out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Thanks for taking the time to interview today. What does your company do?
We are a commercial builder in the Carolinas, North and South Carolina, and regionally. We're privately held 44 years, and we do pretty much everything in the portfolio of commercial construction.
That's fantastic. What do you look for in a potential student coming, like a potential employee coming to this event?
Sure. I think we look for someone who's driven, someone who's organized, someone who wants to be in the field, someone that's proven in the classroom, and I guess have really good morals and ethics.
Ethics are always important. I feel like that's a thing that we talk about a lot in my major, sure. And it's definitely something that people should consider when hiring people.
Sure, we always say you do the right thing, you can't do anything wrong.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Don't go anywhere, because we're going to take a quick break and come back with an in-studio interview where Ryan speaks with Chris Moody, a former correspondent for CNN and our brand new communications teacher.
As I speak to incoming students, I get to see the excitement they have for this next phase of their lives. For some, they are the first in their families to go to college, and others are continuing a legacy of pursuing higher education. We know the journey through college is not always easy. Research tells us that obtaining a college education can be even more challenging for our students from underrepresented backgrounds. Appalachian Advocates is an opportunity to work with a cohort of faculty and staff who are willing to help foster a welcoming campus culture. Thank you for joining us.
Life is a journey. We're told that there are mountains and valleys before us. A mountaineer trudges through. Where others see an obstacle, a mountaineer sees an opportunity. A mountaineer climbs tomorrow's mountains today. So what is a mountaineer? A mountaineer is you.
Let's go! To a place where you can grow.
A place to be heard.
And take a closer look.
A place where you can crush it.
And push yourself.
A place to find your voice.
This place rocks. And rolls.
A place where you can get out.
Way out!
A place you'll never forget.
So where is this place? Let me show you.
Hi, my name is Melissa Weddle, and I'm Department Chair of Recreation Management and Physical Education at Appalachian State University. We offer 2 degree-granting programs, one in Recreation Management with a focus in Outdoor Experiential Education, Recreation and Park Management, and Commercial Recreation and Tourism. Our second degree-granting program in Health, Physical Education, and Coaching offers teacher certification for public schools in health and physical education. You can get a minor or certificate in coaching. We are the front porch to the Beaver College of Health Science, where our focus is on quality of life, wellness, and physical activity. We're located in the beautiful mountains of Boone, North Carolina, so come join us, check out our website, or take a class.
Hi, neighbor. Joining us today is Chris Moody. Now, it's to my understanding that you were a CNN field correspondent, and you've left that recently and come into education. Is that a correct assumption?
Well, I covered politics for CNN for a number of years, and actually left CNN a few years ago. And I traveled around the country as a full-time freelancer. I built a tiny house into a cargo van and wrote magazine stories all around the country for the last few years. And then COVID slowed down for a little bit and then picked up on the road and then ended up here just this year in 2022.
All right, so what was the driving decision for you to decide to come into education?
Well, I'm actually, you mentioned leaving the field. I haven't left it at all. Actually, as I'm teaching here at App State, I continue to work in the industry. Okay. I publish articles, I produce documentaries. I recently published an article in the Washington Post magazine, and I'm working on a documentary about hate groups in Tennessee, actually at the same time as I'm teaching. And so I think it's really important to if you're teaching people about a hands-on industry, to not only have done it in the past, but to stay sharp. Media, journalism, political journalism, there are principles that remain. However, there are new ways of communicating that it's really important to stay up on and make sure that even as I'm assigning articles to my students to write, that I'm writing as well. And so we're all kind of colleagues together in the journalism and the EMB, the Electronic Media and Broadcasting Department. I think it speaks a lot to, I think the students really appreciate having somebody in the classroom who is continually doing the work in the field while teaching them at the same time and going through a lot of the same challenges and answering some of the same questions that they are and trying to tell an excellent story.
That's fantastic, wow. So it's more like you've switched gears rather than you've done any kind of switch in your career?
Yeah, well, I mean, it certainly is new. I have not taught before. I've given guest lectures, including guest lectures here at App State. When I was on the campaign trail chasing President, well, it would have been actually Joe Biden and Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, chasing them around the country, I would zoom in to App State students, from a studio and just, talk to them from the road about what it was like on the campaign trail. And so I was familiar with App State before coming here. I came and did a guest lecture in person last fall and got to know some of the students. And then the school reached out to me late last year to consider coming full time. And I thought, this is such a beautiful campus. The school really takes broadcasting, media, and journalism very seriously, as we can attest from this studio, this show, projects like this. I was really, really impressed by the attention to detail and wanting to teach young people how to tell stories. And it's regardless of the medium. And one thing I really liked about the offer to come here was it wasn't just one way of telling a story, because I've worked in digital, print, television, all kinds of things. And I get to teach writers, I get to teach filmmakers, I get to teach producers. I get to go through my whole day jumping between mediums and thinking very deeply with students about what is the best way to tell X story. Maybe it's a 10,000 word piece in a magazine, but maybe it's a 5-minute documentary. We can approach stories in different ways, and I get to flex all of those muscles with the students, which I really, really love to do.
So these experiences that you have cultivated and are continuing to cultivate, how have they been translating so far? It's still pretty early, but how have they been translating into a learning environment?
I've been really impressed by how quickly students pick up on things. The thing about journalism and storytelling in general is you have to start from very little knowledge. Like, we are storytellers, we use our phones and social media, we're used to taking video and stuff, but there are real technical things that you have to learn before you can get good at this. And so that learning curve is pretty steep at first. For example, talking to writers to teach them how to write a news story, you're doing AP style, inverted pyramid. You're writing in a way that you've never written before. No one's ever told you to write this way before. No one's asked you to, and you may not have seen a lot of writing in this way. And you have to deprogram your mind and think of a totally different way of telling a story. That takes time. That takes patience. And it has been amazing to see the students pick up on that and then succeed. And then a number of them have already been published in the Appalachian and in other publications. It's always absolutely thrilling to see that.
Man, I'm sorry. You leave me speechless with the way that you're explaining this to me. So let's switch a bit of the gears here. So what has it been like? Because you were someone who's very well traveled. You've been quite literally around the world. You've covered many different stories. You generally are touching down in a lot of big cities, a lot of big metropolitan areas. You've probably lived in a lot of those areas for sums of time from doing these programs and being a part of this. Now, you did mention that you traveled around a lot, but what's it like coming to such a small, quiet mountain town like this?
I wouldn't call it quiet. This place booms with students and energy that they bring. And in the summertime, there's so many people coming from all over the country to spend the season here. So no, I did live in Washington, D.C. for a decade when I was covering politics, and then I moved to New York City. I was living in Manhattan during COVID, during the worst of all of that. So I am coming from big cities. But this past year, I have spent most of the year in rural communities. I've been working on projects. I spent the winter in Yellowstone National Park, and then I spent the summer working in the Badlands of rural North Dakota. And so coming here, it's not like you're in some little town in the middle of nowhere. This is kind of its own center of a universe when you think about it, because the energy that students bring with their creativity, with just their enthusiasm. You have musicals, plays, artists, musicians. This place is popping. I mean, this is just not in the middle of nowhere. I wouldn't say that at all. And that's really what drew me, the beauty of the place, but also the energy that the students bring. I always kind of wanted to live in a college town for those reasons. And as you get older, it's very easy to fall out of touch, which is why I want to keep working in journalism to stay sharp. But being exposed to new generations of students as they come in, make sure that I don't fall too far off the deep end of just being out of touch with people. And I think that's really important to know what is on the minds of young people, because you can get pretty stale if you allow yourself. That's why you got to keep moving, and that's something that you certainly do here in a college town.
So you mentioned how you've always wanted to kind of live in a college town, and you're really loving the energy. So how has your time been at App so far?
Oh, I mean, it's been fantastic. I'm teaching 4 classes, and so I'm busy all of the time, either grading or helping students, get what they need, or just teaching. And it's something that I haven't done before, but I've enjoyed immensely. One thing about being a writer is that there's a lot of solitary time. You are sitting alone, thinking in your interior life, and there's a beauty to that. And you can bring so many amazing things out into the world by that solitary time. But to teach and to write is so cool, because I get a period of my day where I can sit and think and write, and then I get a huge section of my day where I am surrounded by fascinating, exciting people. I get to talk to them, I get to listen to them, engage. That really fires the engine of my creativity, so that when I go into that solitary time, I'm ready and I'm full of excitement, and that spark is there. And that mix is something I've had a number of, I've had that in television, where you're always interviewing people and moving around, talking to people, chasing people down. But for the past few years, I'm doing a lot of writing, and it's so great to be surrounded by people on a daily basis. That blend has made life so much richer.
Okay, so I guess my final thing I'm going to ask you here is, do you plan to continue teaching until retirement, or is it just a part of your career and you're going to continue evolving and trying different careers? Because it seems like you like to jump around and try different things and be a part of different spheres of influence. So where does teaching fall into that?
Well, I didn't come here for the short term. My goal was to be here for a long haul. I don't know how long that will be, but I want to grow in this and see not just one class of students, but generations of students come through. And I think that's really, really important. My goal is to settle here. This community is wonderful. We're planning on being here for quite a while. I can't say how long that'll be, but I'm not looking for any exits or anything like that.
All right.
Look, the beauty of teaching also is you have time to work on other projects, say in the summertime or over Christmas break, or continue teaching over the summer as well. But if there's a big magazine story I want to go chase, I don't feel like I'm losing out. Come May, come June, I'll head back into the Badlands and go, dig up some dinosaur bones and profile, a paleontologist, or, something like that, or go make a documentary film, or get engaged with a project for the summer and really scratch that itch during that time. And that's also what appealed to me to come here, to be able to just give everything I have in the fall and the spring and focus on the students and make them better storytellers, make them better filmmakers, better journalists, and then go tell my own stories when I have time to do so. And I just love the ability to do both.
All right, well, thank you very much for sitting down with me today. I really appreciate it. Your answers were absolutely thought-provoking for me, and I hope to hear more from you in the future.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to follow us on our Instagram page @WatchAppTV for more updates.
Also, be sure to follow and subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube channels @AppTV for more student-made content. Until then,
bye neighbor.